Hello, I'm João Miranda and welcome to the explanation of the Smokewatch Pro 2.0. We released the original Smokewatch Pro a few years back, I believe in 2019, and it was really an involvement of the latest versions, of the first versions of the Smokewatch. Now we have the 2.0 version, which has several advancements, as you will see in just a moment. This was an invention that I released actually in 2016, because one time I was at a gig and I wanted to produce smoke, and I needed to wear long sleeves, have a big battery pack, so I thought I need to come up with a better way. And I did, I invented the Smokewatch, and now you have this very thin version. Does not give the hours, but it's not the purpose of this watch. I just wanted something black that does not raise any suspicion. That's why I invented the Smokewatch. And it has been used by many magicians in their professional work, of course. And also in TV, for example, it was performed by Shin Lim with Jimmy Fallon and also David Copperfield at the MC Awards, which was really great. And it really is now something that makes part of over 5,000 magicians worldwide, and I'm really proud. This new 2.0 version has a few adjustments over in connectors and some different parts which were improved, including the smoke pipe. Now, as you will see in just a moment, you need to place liquid from the top, okay, from the top and not from the wrist part over like this, because now it is virtually silent, does make very less noise than the previous version, and the smoke comes more protruding to the palm of the hand. And I also want to thank Lourdes David from France for helping us in these new small part developments, which were really very important. So without any further ado, let's go into the explanation of the Smokewatch Pro, the 2.0 version. Before we speak about the watch itself, let's explain exactly how to charge. It's very easy. First of all, you will see that there is actually a port right here, which you need to connect the included cable. It can also be a connector, a USB connector. In this case, it's a cable, so you just need to plug it in like this, just like so, and you will see that will appear a red LED right here, okay? And now, in order to charge the watch, it's very simple. You just need to place the charger right here, and here is the watch. First of all, it's very important that you remove the back lid. You can use a small knife from your kitchen, or if you have nails, you can use your fingers. For the time being, I think I can just open like this. So it's very important that you remove this part, and then you are going to place the watch. Let me just open it so it's easier for you to see. Okay, it will buzz and you will see that the red LED right here in the charger now is blue right here, and you will see that the watch is actually blinking. You'll see the white LED blinking just like this. When you see that the white LED turns fixed or disappears, so it does not blink anymore, it means that the watch is fully charged. So you can leave it to charge for the whole night, it's no problem at all. It takes a few hours to charge, and that's it. Just don't forget to always remove the back cover. Now I'm going to explain you how the watch works. First of all, you can define if you want to produce smoke for 3 or 5 seconds. There is a little switch over here that you need to push to one side or the other, depending, of course, if you want to produce smoke for 3 or 5 seconds. Now let's place the lid right again, just like this, and now I'm going to turn the watch on. You can turn the watch on by either pressing the crown for a few seconds until it vibrates, or this button, which actually stays invisible in the strap right here in the wrist. So for the time being, I'm going to press this button for a few seconds until it vibrates. When the watch vibrates, you will have a window of 10 seconds to program the smoke delay. Basically, what happens is you have the watch on your wrist, and then when you push the button, a few seconds later, the watch will vibrate and the smoke will come out. So that way you are completely hands off when the smoke is produced. So for the time being, let's just turn it on for a few seconds. It takes about 3 seconds. So I push for a few seconds. Just buzz. Now let's say that I want 6 seconds of delay. I push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I will wait until the watch, okay, it just buzzed, it was a long buzz, so that means that the watch is really now programmed. So when I push the button, 6 seconds later, the smoke will come out, as you will see. Just like so, okay? So that's exactly how you program the watch. Now, for 30 seconds, you cannot make more smoke. If I push, it buzzes 3 times. Why? You must always wait 30 seconds between each smoke production. This is to ensure that in fact the electronics work really 100% and you make the system cool off a little bit. It's very important. Now it just buzzed. Now since it buzzed, now if I push again, now you will see that the smoke will come out. Of course we programmed it for 6 seconds, so then the smoke comes out just like this, which is really, really cool. You'll notice, I don't know if you are aware of the latest version, but before the smoke used to come out through this coil right here. Okay, but now in the newer versions, in these 2.0 versions, the smoke does not come out through this coil, but comes out through the back part. We did this because now the smoke comes more into the palm of the hand. So now the smoke comes from this end right here, as you will see. Now if I push the button, you will see in fact that the smoke comes from this very, very end. So a few seconds and then you can see that the smoke comes exactly from this hand right here, okay? So now let's apply some liquid. It's important to apply liquid when you see that the smoke is not very thick, or if you notice that the coil right here gets very, very hot. You'll see that it can turn actually really red when you make smoke. If that happens, it means that you must place liquid into the coil itself. And that's exactly what we are going to do right now. So I'm going to take the liquid that you have received. And it's important to say that you only need to apply a very, very tiny bit. If you apply too much liquid, what is going to happen is that the system will not have enough force to burn all this liquid, and the smoke will not come out very, very good. And it's important that you only place a tiny bit of liquid over the coil. I'm going to do that right now. Just a tiny bit, just like so. And then, of course, you can place the watch on your wrist. Just like this. Like this. And as you can see, it really looks 100% like a normal watch. And it's thin, it's black, it's really, really cool. And you really cannot see absolutely anything. So then you can make another smoke. Since I've just placed the liquid, as you have seen, you can, for example, press the button against your chest or in the upper part, because it's like this, we have more muscle in here. Or you can simply place both hands together, and when you place both hands together, you can press either this small button right here, or if you want, you can press the crown. So right now, you do this, it just vibrated. Remember, we programmed it for 6 seconds, but it will vibrate just like this, and then you can cup your hands together and you can make the smoke production beautiful, just like this. It's really, really cool. And that's about it. Of course, when you place liquid, you need to turn your wrist like this, and you should apply, which is not as comfortable as the latest version, because previously it was from this part. However, you just do like this, you stretch your arm, and you can apply just a tiny bit. Always be careful with the quantity, do not place too much, or also the liquid can go into the fan itself, and if you place too much liquid, the fan cannot turn and it can go into the into the motor and eventually damage it. So make sure that you always place a tiny bit, okay? You only need to place liquid every 3 or 5 times, so it's not a problem at all. So once again, you can either press the crown or place both hands and secretly with your thumb, or do like this. So for example, when you show a coin, you press like this, I just pressed. So then, for example, you can make something vanish and with a tiny bit of smoke, and you can see that it really goes directly into the palm of your hand, which is really cool, and you barely can hear the sound in this new version. Now, in order to turn the watch off, it's the same thing. You push the button for a few seconds, like this, until you have a long buzz, and that's it. Now, it's really off. If once you turn it on by pushing either the button in the bracelet or the crown, you always need to reprogram the watch. So each time you turn it off and turn it on again, you must always reprogram the watch. It's very important. So once again, you push, in this case, the crown until it vibrates. Just buzz. Now I want 3 seconds of delay. I push 1, 2, 3, and then I wait until I have a longer buzz. Just a little bit like this. It's just buzz. Now that's it. You can press the crown, show your hands totally empty. The watch will vibrate 3 seconds later, and then you are ready to produce a beautiful cloud of smoke. So that's it. This is the explanation of the Smoke Watch Pro. Another thing that I must tell you that is very important is that when you place this bracelet and you turn it on and place it on and off, it's very important that you place the watch very lightly on your wrist, okay? So do not do a lot of force when you are placing the watch. Why? If you do a lot of force, eventually this connector right here where the smoke pipe is can come off. So you must be always very gentle when you handle the watch. It's very important. So that's it. This is exactly how the Smoke Watch Pro works. Don't forget to always remove the lid when you charge it. It's also very important. And now you are going to see a video that was recorded 2 years ago actually, where you are going to see several routines. Now you are going to watch this segment of the explanation where I talk briefly about the routines that you saw in the trailer. Be aware that it was with the previous version, so in the version that you will see, the smoke will come out actually from the part where the coil is. But besides that, it's exactly the same. So I hope you enjoy the routines that I'm going to explain, which were recorded 2 years ago, and I hope you enjoy. Ronnie Gunn and John Cornelius are the inventors of this coin vanish that you have seen in the promo. It is currently marketed as Fecal Nickel, and it's a very beautiful vanish. In this case, I decided to smoke because it really, once again, enhances this magical effect. So if you search, go to your online magic dealer, your favorite magic dealer, and search for Fecal Nickel or Vanishing Nickel, you will see this great effect, which is a very easy method, but very cool one. And once again, with the smoke watch, it results in a very beautiful effect. Ashes in the hand, it's a classic in magic. So as you have seen in the promo, when the spectator opens his hand, to his own surprise, they see his hand with ashes. And in order to perform this effect is something very simple. You can perform it in the restaurant, on the bar, when you are with your friends. So the only thing you have to do is grab some ashes from an ashtray that is normally somewhere around a smoker's table, and you go there and you place some ashes secretly into your middle finger, okay? you leave the ashes right there. So when you approach the spectator and ask him to place the hands like this, by moving up his hands, you are going to secretly rub your middle finger to the palm of the spectator's hand. Once the spectator is in this position, you need to ask him, so let's imagine that the ashes are here, which hand do you want to use? If he says this one, you tell him right away, okay, close it, okay? Which hand you prefer? And if he says this one, okay, you can place that one down. It's a basic magician farce. So once the spectator closes his palm, of course he is unaware that there are the ashes already here. You approach his hand, you show your hands empty, and you place the hand with the smoke watch under his wrist, like you have just seen in the trailer. So you place it like this, so the smoke will come out like this and move up. And you'll be amazed with the quantity of smoke. And to his own amusement, when the spectator opens his hand, you'll see that there are some ashes in his hand. And it's a very cool and nice effect. Omnideck is also a great classic of card magic, where you have an acrylic block, so it's an effect where a deck of cards transforms into a transparent deck of cards. It's a great effect, and it's the one that I used to perform a lot when I did weddings many years ago, and the smoke watch is a perfect tool for that. Because you can simply say that imagine that the soul of the deck of cards is disappearing into thin air. So when the spectator is holding the block of acrylic, when you approach his hands, the spectator hands, once again, from under, so that the smoke can spread up into the sides of his hands. When he opens his hand, he has an acrylic block, and it really is an amazing effect, once again enhanced with the use of the smoke watch. A coin vanish is a classic in Magic, and you can take advantage of the little switch in the wristband. So let's imagine that you have a coin, you pretend to place it in his right hand, in your right hand, of course it's in the classic palm, and by pushing the button like this to your body, you can activate the watch, which is very cool, because when you place your hand, the vanish of the coin really is enhanced with the addition of smoke. Yield and Sealed is one of my favorite visual effects, where you have a can which is actually cramped, and when you shake, the can stays in form because it goes into a straight form, and then you pass your hand and the can which was open, now it's sealed and it has liquid inside. And you can use, once again, smoke to enhance that magical effect, because you can pass, when you pass your hand during that time, it's a restoration of the can, which is very beautiful. Metal Phone is an effect created by me and my good friend Colin Morelli. So in this effect you have a card case, you pass a credit card through, a supposedly empty phone case, and when you have smoke you can make a block of metal appear inside. And I have a few customers that are using it with the smoke, and I really think it enhances a lot the final effect. Sponge balls is a classic effect used by many magicians around the world, and if you use either the smoke watch to the sponge balls or the sponge rabbits produced by Goshman, I really think it enhances once again a lot the effect. Actually, any effect that happens in the spectator hands, you may take a look at your own repertoire, and I think that in close-up, when the magic happens in the spectator hands, you know it's the best magic possible, because it really is in their hands and not in the magician hands. So, once again, if you come with your hand closed and produce smoke before the final reveal, either are the sponge balls or any coin effect, you really enhance the effects. So it's up to your imagination, and take a look at the effects that you already have and how you can incorporate the smoke watch into adding it a much better final to your effects. And this was the explanation of the smoke watch, the new Pro version, which we have been doing for many years and enhancing all the effect, not only the electronics, but the mechanical parts and the small fan, the turbine. Everything was really enhanced, and it's much more improved. We are actually never happy with our products. I mean, we do our best to create each version, but we keep improving it each time and taking closer look at all the feedback that all of our customers give to us. And I think that this is the best way to create good magic that magicians will use. So I thank you for your trust. And to know more information about me, my team and my products, I suggest you to visit the link below, because there is the Facebook secret group about my creations. And if you want to know more about them and some effects that we are making secretly, I suggest that you go there. I'm João Miranda, thank you very much for your time and see you next time.